Hello and welcome back to ERU, where we discuss the biggest talking points and results of the weekend across European football. Joining me today, it's Patrick Van Straten. How are you, Pato?
I'm good, thanks, Dukes. How are you?
Yeah, all good, all good. Recovering from a quite heavy weekend of drinking in a series of parks across London. I feel like I've reverted to my sort of 16-year-old self. But it was an enjoyable weekend nonetheless. And Pat, we're kicking off with Barcelona.
Yes, we are. They stayed top of the table after a 4-0 battering of Mallorca on Saturday. Now, obviously got off to a perfect start in this game. 65 seconds in, they were ahead thanks to Arturo Vidal netting a header. He's now scored 7 from his last 9 shots on target, which could be unsustainable, but also shows you the quality of shot that he's getting on the end of. Then Martin Braithwaite managed to double their lead in the 37th minute. That's his first goal for the club, and he's the third Danish player to score for Barcelona in La Liga history. Dukes, can you name the other 2 Danes?
I assume Michael Laudrup was one, but I'm not sure about the other.
It was Alan Simonsen, who I believe won the Ballon d'Or at one point.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, Messi also grabbed a couple of assists, got an assist for Jordi Alba, who added the third, and then Messi got on the score sheet himself in stoppage time. His 25th of the season in all competitions, 20th in the league. He became the first player in La Liga history to score 20-plus goals in 12 consecutive seasons. That is absolutely ridiculous. Now, obviously, this was played behind closed doors, but somehow there was a pitch invader in the second half. An intruder wearing an Argentina shirt got onto the pitch, tried to take a selfie with Messi. What an idiot. Obviously got taken away by security. Not sure what they were doing before this. It's not like they had to keep their eyes on that many people. La Liga has called this a criminal act and will take legal action. And I'm not surprised they're taking it seriously because all the games in Spain this weekend started with moments of silence for the people who have died as a result of coronavirus. So it's unsurprising that they're taking this very, very seriously indeed.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty insensitive from this absolute idiot. But Barcelona weren't particularly fazed by the incident, though, as they continue to boss the game with 65% of the ball and an XG of 2.7 to Mallorca's 0.7. Something that you'd probably expect against a relegation threatened side, but they put them away with ease. The host did, however, have more shots, with 13 to Barca's 12, but only 3 of those 13 tested ter Stegen, while Messi and co hit the target on 7 occasions. Remarkably, the German keeper completed 64 of his 68 passes, 94%. That's the highest by a goalkeeper in La Liga since 2005-06. But unsurprisingly, when he's on the pitch, he invariably is. Messi was man of the match. 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 shots, 98 touches, including 12 in the opposition box, 6 key passes, and 9 dribbles. He's now been directly involved in 14 of Barca's last 17 La Liga goals. Sporting a lack of beard and longer hair, I thought he looked excellent. He played excellently. It was great to watch. And Alba was also on good form with a goal and assist, sort of pushing back the doubters who said that he slightly lost his way this season, but he also completed 3 tackles and interceptions and a 96% of his passes as well, which was a game high. As for Mallorca, they stay 1 point behind safety, with poor defending costing them once more. They've now conceded the most goals in the division, and right back Joan Sastre was particularly bad, completing just 8 passes, failing to make a tackle and getting dribbled past 4 times before being subbed at half-time. That's a game he won't look back on fondly for sure. The relegation strugglers desperately need points, but face a tricky tie away to Villarreal on Tuesday, while Barcelona play Leganés at home on the same night. But Pat, I want to know from you, you seem to suggest you were sort of going for Real Madrid during Continental Club on Friday. Has the sort of strength of this performance made you change your mind?
Not really. I'll stick with it for now, and we'll see how silly I look at the end of the season.
Fair. I actually think it's Barcelona's to lose. I thought they looked really, really good, albeit against the relegation-threatened side. Messi pulling the strings. Suarez came back and looked pretty sharp as well. Martin Braithwaite continues to adapt really well to the Barcelona system. It's pretty damning that he already looks much more comfortable in that side than Antoine Griezmann has this season. But guys, more importantly, who do you guys think is going to win La Liga? Polls no longer exist in YouTube videos, so let us know in the comment section down below, and let's move on to our loser.
Just before we get into our losers, a quick reminder to subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Hit the notification bell and you'll never miss one of our uploads. And give us a like as well if you enjoy it. Why not? Give us a like for Dougie's incredible self-shaved bonds. Our losers this week are Atletico Madrid. A bit of a missed opportunity for them, Dougs.
Yeah, for sure. It was the game we previewed on Continental Club, and we weren't that sure it was going to be a thrilling game, and it proved to be the case. They drew 1-1 with Athletic Club, but it was a bit of a missed opportunity, as you said, because Real Sociedad drew 1-1 with Osasuna last night, meaning that if Simeone's men had beaten Gaizka Garitano's side, Atleti would have been 2 points clear in fourth, instead of sitting in sixth behind Getafe. And as I said, it was expected to be a drab game, with Athletic and Atleti showing a combined 44 goals in 54 league games going into this fixture. And so it proved, really, with just 19 shots and 6 on target between the two sides. The host took the lead on the 36th minute mark for Ikumunian. Great goal, actually, who prodded home his 5th of the season from the edge of the area. And he's Athletic Club's 3rd highest scorer, with no one in the squad managing to hit double figures to date. Their top goal scorer, I believe, is Raul Garcia, who used to, of course, play for Atleti as a midfielder. He's now being used as a sort of number 10/striker. But Pat, our old sort of pal, our old nemesis, Diego Costa got them back into the game.
Yeah, 3 minutes later, Diego Costa levelled things up. That's just his 3rd goal of the season. But a really nice finish after he was sent through by Koke, who was playing his 308th game for Atleti, which now makes him the 4th highest appearance maker in Atletico history. A really great day for him. And Costa marked the goal by holding up the shirt of Atletico women's player Virginia Torresia, who had surgery last month to remove a brain tumour. She thanked him on Twitter later on. Now, Atleti could have gone on... Yeah, it was. And Atleti could have gone on to win the game 10 minutes from time. Unai Simon in the Athletic Club goal palmed out a cross, and it went straight to Santiago Arias running in. But Simon managed to get back across to smother the shot. It was a really spectacular save, but Arias couldn't believe that he'd missed it. Such a huge opportunity wasted. This is Atleti's 13th draw of the season in the league. That's the joint most in Europe's top 5 leagues with Arsenal and Wolves, and it equals a club record. So it really shows how they've struggled to find that cutting edge when they've needed it. On the other hand, I think they'll still fancy their chances of making the Champions League. 7 of their final 10 fixtures are against teams in the bottom half, but they do still have to go to Barcelona. And their final 2 games of the season are against Getafe, who are ahead of them in 5th, and Real Sociedad, who are obviously ahead of them in 4th. So that last game of the season, Sociedad versus Atleti, could genuinely be a decider for 4th spot. Really, really exciting stuff. But they're going to need to find some form soon if they want to stay in touching distance.
Time for Star of the Week now, and it's Leon Goretzka of Bayern Munich, Pat.
Yeah, I mean, Bayern's game against Borussia Mönchengladbach was really characterised by mistakes. I thought, there was an own goal from Benjamin Pavard, that awful goalkeeping clearance from Jan Sommer, and there were loads of attacking absences as well. No Muller, no Lewandowski, both suspended. Marcus Thuram went off after 10 minutes. Alassane Plea was suspended. And so the difference maker proved to be Goretzka, coming from central midfield. A really good game for him. Now, normally these two sides are 2 of the league's attacking powerhouses. Bayern average 18 shots a game. Gladbach average about 15, but this game only produced 19 combined. So those attacking absences really did tell. And the difference came from Goretzka. His 1 shot of the game was the winning goal.
Yeah, and it continues a great run of form for him. So this winner marks his 6th goal in 1920, with all of them coming in the second half of the campaign. I don't know whether you've noticed this, Pat, but he looks like, I don't know what he was eating during lockdown, but he has put on a hell of a lot of upper body strength. He now looks like a supremely talented athlete, which goes along with his fine midfield displays so far in 2020. No one really posted eye-catching numbers in this game. Goretzka's goal owed a lot to the delivery from Benjamin Pavard, making up for his own goal with his 4th assist of the season. Benjamin Pavard's come back from the lockdown very strongly as well, with a couple of goal involvements. However, that is now 11 goal contributions in 14 starts for the midfielder Goretzka this season. And his per 90 numbers look like this. So 2.7 shots, 1.3 of them coming from inside the box, which is the same as Thomas Muller. Around 3 defensive actions and over a key pass, and 1.1 dribbles per 90. So if he continues at this rate of development, he could be in the discussion for one of the best all-round midfielders in the game in a couple of years' time. It's really nice to see Goretzka coming into his own. XG and expected assists is 0.6, which is better than Torgan Hazard of Dortmund's 0.54. And he's played in a number of positions as well. Proved himself useful to Hansi Flick at defensive midfielder, central midfielder, a central attacking midfielder as well. And a great squad player for Flick going forward towards the business end of the season. Special mention also to Joshua Zirkzee, who pounced on that summer error for the opener. And he now has 4 Bundesliga goals in his first 8 matches. I believe only Gerd Müller had more for Bayern Munich in their first 8 games. I think he got 7. Not suggesting he's going to have Müller's career, but a very strong start from the youngster. The defending champions have now won 10 games on the bounce in all competitions and have a 7-point lead at the top of the Bundesliga. It looks done and dusted, Pat. I mean, we did our predictions for Football Daily's end of the season on Friday for We Need to Talk. Did you say Bayern Munich for the Champions League? Because I actually went Man City. What did you go for on that?
I think I went City as well, but I did say that it's kind of a 3-horse race between PSG, Bayern and City, I think. But Bayern on this form, it is hard to see them losing. That said, I don't think they come up against teams that are really well coached and have lots of talent, but they don't come up against teams in the Bundesliga that have truly elite coaching and talent as good as theirs very often. And I do still think that they could get done by a City or a PSG.
Oh, it's going to be absolutely fascinating. Yeah, I suppose in that Dortmund game, they didn't have Sancho on full form, Dortmund, and Dortmund gave them a great test, so it'll be fascinating to see. Guys, we want to know, with the Bundesliga pretty much done and dusted, who are your favourites for the Champions League? Let us know in the comments section down below. And that's all we've got time for on ERU for this week. Thank you very much for watching. Let us know what you guys made of our comments in the comments section, as I said before. And Pat, what should they go and do now?
You should check out the podcast. As usual, make sure you subscribe to it on whichever podcast app you use. And of course, you can watch it on YouTube right now. We've had some great episodes recently, and we would always welcome your suggestions for topics you'd like to see covered as we get towards the summer. We've done a lot of transfers.
Yeah, a hell of a lot of transfers. We need new topics. Get those suggestions in. But guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.